Hello, my name is Zarina Aisha and welcome back to my Google Cloud series. Today, the topic is GCP Computing Services. So in today's video, I will be covering the components of GCP. So that includes storage components and networking components. I will also be covering management tools, specialized services, AI and machine learning, and then the exam essentials. So let's start off with what exactly compute resources are. So they're infrastructure resources that provide processing capabilities in the cloud. So it allows you to create and manage your virtual machines. So one of the components that Google Cloud offers is Google Compute Engine, which is an IaaS, an infrastructure as a service, which allows clients to run workloads on Google's physical hardware. So an example would be to create a VM and attach a persistent storage. And these VMs, they run a low-level service called a hypervisor. And GCP basically uses KVM as its hypervisor, which stands for Kernel Virtual Machine. It also provides virtualization on Linux or Microsoft Windows. So the second component that Google Cloud offers would be the Kubernetes Engine. Now, Kubernetes, I can go into greater detail. However, I will be showing you how to deploy this in the future videos. So for now, I will tell you that it consists of an OS, so an operating system, a container manager, because remember it's a container orchestration service, and then containers, which include applications to maintain. Okay, so Google App Engine is another component of GCP, and it is a platform as a service and a cloud computing platform for developers to code and host web apps in Google managed data centers. So they come into two environments. You can either pick the App Engine standard environment, which is based on container instances running on Google's infrastructure, and then those containers are pre-configured with one of the several available runtimes. So you can pick from Python, Go, Java, Ruby, Node.js, and there are a few others as well. Now, the second environment is the flexible environment. The App Engine flexible environment automatically scales your application up and down while also load balancing the load. Again, you can pick from the runtimes that they offer and then customize them how you want, or you can provide your own runtime by supplying a custom Docker image or a Docker file. It also comes with a bunch of features, so you can customize your infrastructure, such as taking advantage of custom libraries or using SSH for debugging. You can take advantage of their performance options, manage your virtual machines better, so instances are health checked, for instance, and there's many other features that it comes with as well. The last component that I'm going to talk about is the Google Cloud Function. So this component basically uses the serverless architecture for building and connecting cloud services. So the idea is you write your simple code, your simple single-purpose function, and then you attach that to an event. And your function is triggered when an event being watched is fired, and then your code executes in a fully managed environment. So in other words, you don't need to provision any infrastructure or worry about managing any servers because Google does that for you. So what you would probably be focusing on is writing your code, your function, to run within this serverless architecture. So the storage components of GCP. You have Cloud File Store, which implements NFS, and it's a managed file storage service for applications that require a file system interface and a shared file system for data. You have Cloud Storage, which is typically used to store unstructured data. You have persistent disks, and usually you have a virtual machine and you attach your persistent disk to it, and they go up to 64 terabytes and are used for block size storage on SSDs and HDDs. Okay, so now I'm going to cover the database storage component. So Google has a lot. The first is the Cloud SQL, which is GCP's relational database. You then have Cloud Bigtable, which is it's based on a NoSQL model, and it works well with cloud storage. You also have Cloud Spanner, which is Google's global distributed relational database. There is Cloud Data Store, and this is a kind of like a NoSQL document database, and it uses key values so as pairs. So an example would be a book, and you have the author and the title as key values. The next is Cloud Memory Store, which is in-memory cache, so it provides a sub-millisecond access to data. And then you have Cloud Firestore, which is a NoSQL database designed for the back end. So, networking components. Let's start off with VPC, your virtual private cloud. So you create your own private network, which is pretty much what everyone does in cloud. You can make use of cloud load balancing, so using a single multicast IP to communicate with the rest of the gang. You can implement Cloud Armor, so prevent DDoS attacks, SQL injection, cross-site scripting. You can implement Cloud CDN, so Content Delivery Network. You can implement Cloud Interconnect, so that's implementing direct connectivity to on-premise with either your partner or a third party. You can implement Cloud DNS, identity management, and a few other things as well. So, management tools. You can implement Stackdriver. So Stackdriver collects metrics so that DevOps engineers can do something about it. Monitoring. You can implement monitoring, which collects performance data. You can implement logging, so analyzing data from GCP or even AWS logs. Error reporting, tracing, so you can capture latency, debug. And another tool is Profiler, so you can collect CPU or memory utilization information. So specialized services, there are APIs, for example, that allow you to generate monitoring on proxies. Moving on to AI and machine learning, there are tools such as Cloud Auto ML, which allows you to develop machine models. There are machine learning engines which allow you to build and deploy it to production. There's natural language processing, which allows you to analyze human languages. And then there's Cloud Vision, which allows you to perform image analysis. Okay, so now we've finally come to the end of this video, and it's a really long list of components that GCP wants you to know that they have. Let's go over the exam essentials. So these are the 4 main areas that you really want to ensure you know. And the first is the difference between each of the components that GCP offers. The second is the different types of databases. The third is the networking components, such as the load balancers, the VPCs, CDN, etc. And then the last are what are the specialized services that GCP offers. Okay, so that was it for today's video. I hope you learnt something, and I hope you will come back for the third episode within this GCP series that will be coming out in the next 2 weeks. If you liked today's video, please like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Bye!